As an actor, do I need social media to back the roles that I'm bagging? I don't think so. Not for me at least.
So I think in college, I had a huge crush on my behavioral science teacher.
घंटे बजते मतलब क्या बात कर रहे हो आप? मतलब सारे बेल टावर्स खुल जाते हो उस टाइम पे तो मतलब it's my heart really feels.
But that's not love, na? Then that's an arrangement.
Yeah, you pulled off गुलशन ग्रोवर. वो ना इंग्लिश में हिंदी में एक ही
चीज में
रिपीट करके बोलते थे कभी-कभी. If there's anything that I've learned कि ज़्यादा सोचो मत. सोचने से कुछ नहीं होता, आपका दिमाग ही खराब होता है, तो ज़्यादा सोचिए मत.
भाई भोली सी सूरत, आंखों में मस्ती, दूर खड़ी शर्माए. अगर मेरे पास यहाँ पे दो लोग हैं who are actually defining it in today's time. ऋत्विक भौमिक एकदम स्वीट रसगुल्ला लुकिंग वाले लड़के मेरे साथ है यहाँ पे. द वेरी चार्मिंग, द वेरी टैलेंटेड हर्षिता. इनको देख के सब लोग जो वहाँ पे पीछे, आई कैन सी यू ऑल ड्रूलिंग यू आर ऑल ड्रूलिंग ओवर. सब देख रहे हैं, मैं सब देख रहा हूँ, आप सब बता नहीं रहे हो लेकिन सब समझ में आ रहा है. जेहानाबाद ऑफ लव एंड वॉर इज कमिंग. लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, सबसे पहले तालियां प्लीज, सब ताली बजाओ. वेरी गुड,
थैंक यू.
ऋत्विक भाई के लिए, मेरे भाई के लिए, बंगाली भाई के लिए एक और ताली बजाओ. क्या बात, लव इट लव इट लव इट.
थैंक यू.
ये फुटेज तुमको लेना चाहिए.
मैं ले लूंगा अलग से.
प्लीज
अभी
मुझे बताओ.
हाँ.
When you talk about love stories, अभी love stories अलग तरीके से आते हैं. You know, show them in different light. OTT हो, movies हो. The concept of love is definitely the same. वो crux of the matter same होता है, but you just present it in different ways.
Right.
If I ask you what about your love story, on screen वाला बता रहा हूँ मैं. थोड़ा बदमाशी करना बनता है.
बिल्कुल बनता है.
तो ऑन स्क्रीन वाला जो लव स्टोरी है वो यहाँ पे व्हाट इज द काइंड ऑफ प्रेजेंटेशन एंड ट्रीटमेंट दैट हैज बीन डन ओवर हियर?
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ऑब्वियसली एज यू सेड लव स्टोरीज हमने बहुत तरीके से देखी हैं एंड आई एम श्योर ऐसी भी देखी होगी. दैट्स अ स्टूडेंट टीचर रिलेशनशिप व्हिच इन इटसेल्फ इज वेरी, इट्स समथिंग दैट टेक्स यू बैक टू योर डेज वेयर
कहानी बताता हूँ.
you know, and everybody must have had if not a relationship but probably a crush or something on the teacher, so it takes you there. And in that way it's the treatment of that particular love story is very it was very innocent from the girl's point of view, and very old school, but because it's set in that whole atmosphere where you have caste, class, and then you end up to this war that happens. So how is that love story stuck there? And that's very interesting to watch. Also, I think it has that little old school flavor, that dreamy flavor, which I really liked about the love story in this particular show. So, and I hope that audience also like it.
भाई तुम ही की ऐड करो. What do you want to add? मैं इंग्लिश भी ऐड करूंगा ताकि सबको समझ में.
Yeah, you pulled off गुलशन ग्रोवर. वो ना इंग्लिश में हिंदी में एक
ही चीज में
रिपीट करके बोलते थे कभी-कभी. But गुलशन sir is outstanding. What makes this love story unique? So many things. I genuinely feel like this is probably one of the most unique love stories that I've read in a very long time. And you've watched the show?
Not yet.
Not yet. So when you watch the show, you'll realize what makes it so unique. You must tell me what you think of it because.
Yeah, मुझे भी phone करना.
100%. दोनों को एक साथ.
I can understand everything you say in Bengali.
No, but genuinely, I don't want to give away a lot about the show because I'm very excited to. But I won't. But I'll tell you that once you find out what exactly the show is talking about, you realize why the show is so unique. You know why the love represented in this show is unique. But one thing that I can talk about and I really thought was very, very exciting, that it's a love story of two people with similar ideas. You know, it's idealistic people coming together to form a relationship, and that's what attracts Abhimanyu to Kasturi and Kasturi to Abhimanyu, of what they think and what they believe in. And if your belief system,
idealistic, but in a completely different characteristics of traits.
Correct.
Like they're both very different people.
Similar moral grounds and values.
Yeah.
So values, I think.
The value system is very similar, and to watch two different worlds connected by belief and then formed by love is a very unique thing to see. Genuinely.
मुझे एक बात बताओ. She just mentioned right now that either somebody, देखो relationship तो यार teacher और student वो उतना ये नहीं करते. It's a very fancy thing to imagine.
Yeah.
But crush कहीं ना कहीं जाके होता है. ठीक है. I can relate it very well. I told my teacher in standard 7, whom I had I still have a crush on her.
Right.
I used to tell her in school से निकलने के बाद that I have the biggest crush on you. I used to write letters. I was the first student in the class. जिनका फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट उन्होंने एक्सेप्ट किया था, मैंने जो फ्लेक्स किया था वो चीज़ तुम रियलाइज नहीं कर सकते, वो बहुत फ्लेक्स किया था मैंने वो चीज़. तो this is the kind of stuff that boys at times tend to do. We of course maintain that line of respect, we maintain that line of dignity. But हम लोग बोल देते हैं यार, दिल खोल के हम लोग एकदम
shy from showing our endearment.
Shy नहीं है, मतलब है जो है दिल में वो बताओ. तुमने ऐसा क्या किया है? कुछ ना कुछ कभी कोई टीचर के लिए वो butterflies वाला feeling आया, and you perhaps went ahead to say that. Reactions कुछ आया? What is the thing? कुछ तो story बताओ.
I really liked a teacher of mine, and then we dated.
But
this is a teacher from dance school. Of course, when I was learning dance, one of my instructors, I was in awe of how talented she was, and I couldn't keep it to myself. And I was joining the company myself to work as an instructor, and as fate may have it, I was assisting her. And I told her I love you, and thank God she loved me back. But then that was the brief period that we saw each other for while we were working there. But yeah, I've dated my teacher. आप लोग discuss कर लो आप लोग.
हम लोग को करना पड़ेगा, हम लोग पीछे रह गए.
I've only had crush on my female teachers. I remember 5th, 6th standard history teacher. I loved the way she used to dress up. Like her sarees were the most amazing thing, and I used to look forward to her period because she used to come with that aura and she with that ponytail, and she was a Bengali.
One sec. Chemistry, sari, Bengali. This is मैं हूँ ना. This is Sushmita Sen.
No, but it's not coming from there. But she was not a chemistry. She was a history teacher.
History teacher.
My teacher.
कोई बात नहीं. लौंडे history में भी chemistry ढूंढ लेते हैं.
ये बात भी सही है.
Then growing up, I think in college, I had a huge crush on my behavioral science teacher.
तो उनको आपका behavior समझ में आया तब?
बहुत मतलब I don't know why I didn't come across good male teachers who I was attracted to. But like females.
Sorry, we took up journalism and acting.
Yeah, exactly. But कोई बात नहीं, चलो ले रहा है दुरुस्त है. That's what it is, है ना भाई?
मुझे क्या है ना भाई?
इनसे करने का मौका मत छोड़ो. But I have to ask you this thing. When you talk about a relationship between a teacher and the student, for a lot of people, we embrace the fact that love has no age boundaries, right? Of course, there's a difference if, say, you're talking about love between a, say, 14 and a 25.
Obviously not.
But once you cross that stage, there's no difference or boundary in terms of age restrictions when it comes to love.
Correct.
But that is the idealistic thought to have. But a lot of people don't have that.
Correct.
So they tend to bring up with inhibitions कि नहीं यार ऐसा मत करो या फिर आगे मत जाओ. And it's not just about teacher or student and a preference. I'm talking about the age difference thing in real.
Correct.
आप लोग कुछ यकीन करते हो इस चीज़ में? Is it actually
But
valid?
that's not love, na? Then that's an arrangement.
Yeah.
Where you look for things like, okay, what age group is this? What financial background is this? What is this?
Good point.
That's not love. So if you're talking about love, you will actually not see beyond the point that how comfortable are you in that position with that person. And then everything, two people can make one life very easily. So then you don't see beyond. But हाँ वो बाकी सारी चीजें तो doesn't come into love. That's an arrangement and that's also good. If it works for people, why not?
मेरे good looking भाई बताओ तुम्हारे love का definition.
Love का definition ये
उसने अपना बताया. तुमको क्या लगता है? What is this idealistic love according to you? अरे बाप रे pressure में डाल दिया मैंने.
I really wish I knew. I've been dabbling with the idea of love from quite some time, reading about it, studying it. But I think मैंने इतना ज़्यादा intellectualize कर लिया उस चीज़ को कि अब बस सब कुछ छोड़ छाड़ के feel करने का समय है और जैसे feel हो जाएगा मैं आपको.
So basically saying that let's not analyze too much.
Yeah,
be in the moment and feel and then make the most.
If there's anything that I've learned in the last 12 months from the time I've shot Jehanabad, finished shooting it and ever since, if there's anything that I've learned, कि ज़्यादा सोचो मत. सोचने से कुछ नहीं होता, आपका दिमाग ही खराब होता है, तो ज़्यादा सोचिए मत. फील कीजिए, महसूस कीजिए, जीते रहिए, खुश रहेंगे आप. Genuinely. I really hope that love also works in the same way.
I hope the same as well. Before I come to you guys regarding your character and everything else, मुझे रजत सर के बारे में कुछ बताओ because I am a huge admirer of his.
We are all.
We all are.
Yeah.
I share a common passion of him, like we both share, which is love for desserts and sweets.
Ooh.
अभी वो बाहर जाके बोल रहे थे कि यार खाना किधर है, डेजर्ट किधर. मैं बोला सर इधर आपके लिए लाते एक साथ चलो.
So sweet.
So he doesn't make you feel like कि आप बहुत उनसे young हो. He will actually make you feel like you're very own. So आप लोग ने तो इतना time बिताया and of course you've seen the kind of work that he has done.
Correct.
What was it like having the aura of Rajat Kapoor around you? I want to use the word aura for him.
I think he's very charming.
Yeah.
And there's some people who they're natural charmers and they come with that warmth. And I've said it before also, like in another interview, even if he tries to pull your leg, na, it's just you give. I mean, you don't feel like you're being bullied.
Yeah, right.
Right. I think he doesn't bully you, but like.
Rajat sir bully नहीं करते. मैं वापस.
Just repeating, guys.
But I think he makes you just feel. He makes people around him feel special, or like he has this very nice warmth about his personality, which is very attractive.
You want to add something?
And I said this earlier and I repeat it again. Every time I'm with Rajat sir in a room or on a set, I feel like I'm there with a very warm, intelligent, senior year student from college. You know, like he's my senior from college, where I can sit with him in a room and feel secure. That does not mean when you're alone, he won't make fun of you. He will pull your leg, he will have the time of his life, and you will be participating in it and enjoying it, because he's so hilarious. His sense of humor is so unique. Yeah, it's kadak ekdam. That's a good one. Yeah. Also on Sony Lip. Yeah. But yeah, so I really feel like I'm chilling with a senior.
Yeah.
College senior.
कॉलेज वो लगते भी है कॉलेज स्टूडेंट जैसे ही लगते हैं.
कॉलेज स्टूडेंट ही लगते हैं.
कॉलेज स्टूडेंट ही है वो. कल थोड़ा वो स्वेटशर्ट पहन के घूमने लगे वैसे लगेंगे. अलग नहीं है कुछ.
What a handsome man.
Absolutely. But tell me, we're talking about love, we're talking about a relationship, teacher के बीच में हो, student के बीच में हो, कुछ भी हो, relationship at the end of the day. How can I go away without talking to you guys about your relationship stuff? हंसी मजाक में when I say that. I know I wanted to take that your relationship stuff. पानी दो कोई भाई को. मुझे बताओ, what is the cutest thing that you have received in a relationship in terms of treatment, या फिर कोई cutest proposal moment, या फिर किसी ने शायद आपके लिए कोई confession लिखा हो या कुछ confession बोला हो which actually really touched your heart? And it's a question that is common for both of you.
Ma'am, what? You can also start. You're sitting there.
Honestly, she has to think because यार बहुत सारे होंगे ना. कौन सा वाला पहले बताऊं?
Are you cancelling? Which one you want to tell?
Nullify कर रहे हैं वो अभी यहाँ पे.
मैं सोच रही हूँ.
But honestly, I don't have a very exciting answer for this. I at the top of my head, I can think of a few instances which I will not share. It's too personal. It was so cute that it's very personal. But एक बहुत ही ऐसी mature चीज़ बोल देता हूँ मैं हंसी मजाक के बीच में. I think the best a partner can offer in a relationship is respect. And I feel like some of my best memories from a relationship that I've been in are memories of humor and respect.
जब आजकल now that you become a star, when girls come to you, अरे तुमको ही बोल रहा हूँ मैं, ऐसा नहीं है, इतना humble modesty भी अच्छा नहीं, क्या बात कर रहा है, like इनको star बोल रहा हूँ, ये किसी और को देख रहा है, किसी एक ना. You should not feel that way, but let me tell you something. When girls come up to you, when they recognize you, when they come up to you and say like, Ritwik, you're this cute guy we have a crush on, दिल में क्या वो घंटा बजता है वहाँ पे? You feel that way?
घंटे बजते मतलब क्या बात कर रहे हो आप? मतलब सारे बेल टावर्स खुल जाते हैं उस टाइम पे तो मतलब it's my heart really feels. I don't know that person. I've met you literally for a split second.
Yeah.
And you've confessed so much about what you felt while you're watching my work. That feeling is something else, Shubhajit. That it transcends any other day-to-day human life feeling. Because I don't know you. I don't know which corner of the city you were, which city, which country, which corner of the world you were sitting in watching my work, and you felt something, and you found this moment to have this conversation with me, and you said how much it affected you, or anything nice that you say. When I go back, at that moment, the immediate reflex is to be thankful and grateful for what you're hearing. But when you go back home and sit down and feel कि आज ये हुआ मेरे साथ, that feeling is something else. It's beyond words. Like I do not know how to express it.
ये जो adulation वाला point मैंने उसके लिए बोला, I think it's no different for you as well.
Not at all.
It's no different for you. So how do you handle that? I'm sure you handle it in a positive way, which is why, of course, you have that kind of support that you get from your loyal legion of fans. But when people come up to you, do you at times maybe pinch yourself and feel कि नहीं यार, मैंने मेहनत किया है, ऐसा नहीं कि overnight हो गया है. I actually have earned whatever I'm getting. Do you have those moments as well?
Yes, of course. And I feel every time someone comes up to you and tells you that we liked your work, or we liked you in particular this thing. It's such an overwhelming feeling, because even if you're going through a bad day, suppose if you're walked into an airport and
everything changes.
Everything changes. Like I remember the most precious moment of all that happened with me while I was shooting my first show is this pregnant woman coming up to me and telling me that I love you and the character so much that I'm confused that if I have a daughter, if I want to name Harshita or my character's name. That was the most amazing thing somebody has ever said to me. And then of course there are many who, I mean, that way the feeling is so overwhelming, because again, how he said, we don't know them. And they know us through this medium. and then they get attached to us so much that there's so much love that sometimes it's just it makes you very emotional. It definitely makes you happy, and that validation that you're doing the right thing.
थोड़े ड्रॉपलेट्स दिख भी रहे हैं अभी वो इमोशनल और वो दिख रहा है कि नहीं?
No.
Yeah, बोल रहा हूँ ऐसे ही. But tell me something before I wrap up. सब लोग इधर देख रहे हैं मुझे फटाफट खत्म करो.
नहीं, you take your time.
हाँ, but ये नहीं, ये I have to be fair to others as well. हाँ, वरना बोलेंगे कि बहुत गंदा इंसान है. But tell me something. In today's time, there's this one thing. Influencers है.
Right.
Actors है, performing artists है,
Right.
all have kind of come together at the same time.
Right.
When I talk about actors, I hear a lot of stories of actors, informally बोलो या ये बोलो कि यार हमने एक बहुत ही अच्छा audition दिया था. We did everything right, we perhaps fitted the character very well, but perhaps हम लोग का social media following उतना अच्छा नहीं था, because of which we were not really considered. मैं ये सवाल तुम्हें पूछना चाहता हूँ because I have seen your social media. You are not very active. अगर तुम से मैं भी जस्ट देख रहा था ऐसे जस्ट टू गेट द स्टेटिस्टिक्स राइट, हाँ गलत नहीं बोलना है कैमरा में. 9 जनवरी अगर तुमने कुछ डाला उसके बाद 24 जनवरी को तुमने फिर
Wow.
ये मैंने कुछ देर पहले ही देखा. हाँ ये मैंने अभी देखा. ये मैं कर रहा हूँ ऐसा नहीं कि I'm obsessed कि मुझे रात को नींद नहीं आ रहा था तो सोशल मीडिया देख
9 से 24 हो गया ये कुछ नहीं कर रहा है.
कुछ नहीं कर रहा है. तो ये मुझे बताओ that it gives me a feeling that you don't take social media very seriously and you're just focused on what you actually need to do.
I think social media is a fantastic platform and I use it. I subscribe to it. I'm on it. Whether it's Twitter or Instagram, Facebook, I'm on all of them. And do I use them almost on a daily basis? Of course I do. But for me, to become an active participator, you know, for somebody who churns out content every day for people to see, I haven't learned how to do that yet. I'm using social media as a platform of seeing photographs, catching up with people who I haven't probably in different cities and so on and so forth, or getting the most amount of feedback from people who are watching my work. And also if you go to my profile, it's mostly about today was this work day, then you can see this trailer and then this teaser and then so on and so forth. It's basically a representation of the kind of work I have done. It's like a show reel if somebody goes on my Instagram. Is social media a tool for my profession, for my career? No, it isn't. Not right now. At least for me it isn't.
Exactly.
So, as an actor, do I need social media to back the roles that I'm bagging? I don't think so. Not for me, at least. Again, it's subjective to different
to
people.
every individual. Correct.
Definitely, producers look at things differently. For example, your friend who's come back and said that it's probably my following that didn't get me the job. He's either fully right or fully wrong. He's fully right because probably the producer is actually looking for somebody with
some kind of engagement or reach.
Probably. And there are many producers and creators who are not, who are like, social media is a great thing. If you're doing well at that, that's fantastic. But I want to see how you do this part. So then for them, it doesn't matter. So it's subjective from people to people. And I've not been very active, but I'm going to learn how to. But it's never been a tool for me to take my career forward.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ एक्टिवली कुछ मत करो, जब मन होगा तब करो. ऐसा नहीं प्रेशर नहीं है, बराबर काम तो कर रहे हो. देखो थर्ड फेब्रुअरी
बराबर काम तो कर रहे हो. एक दो फोटो ही डाल दिया करो.
एक दो फोटो डाल दिया करो बराबर.
But I will get better at that.
Do you keep track of maybe the comments? Because मैं कुछ देर पहले देख रहा था hi beautiful, hi cutie pie, ऐसे बहुत सारे comments तो ऐसे काफी प्रोग्रेसिव आपके सोशल मीडिया में, आपके फोटोज वगैरह में बहुत सारे हैं ऐसे. So you keep track of them, maybe sometimes respond to them, make your fans feel better. ऐसे कुछ करते हो?
कभी-कभी if I go on a pictures comment और कुछ interesting होता है तो मैं कर देती reply.
तो कुछ interesting याद है which you want to share? Like
अभी किसी ने बोला कि but वो I mean because they say कि गुड्डू भैया whatever so उनसे related तो मैंने बोला कि डिप्टी भी काफी है. मतलब you know if it's something interesting then I reply. But ऐसे I don't keep a track.
But basically मतलब ये है कि बहुत ज़्यादा मेहनत करना पड़ेगा तब जाके you will get her attention, otherwise नहीं मिलेगा reply. खत्म कर लो बात. This is on this note. Jehanabad, love and war. I beg your pardon, गलत बोल दिया, माफ कर दो भाई.
नहीं कोई बात नहीं.
3rd February is the date. ये लोग बाकी चीज़ बोलेंगे शो को लेके, फटाफट बोल दो before we wrap up.
3rd Feb सोनी लिव पे प्लीज़ देखिएगा जहानाबाद. बड़े प्यार से, मेहनत से, लगन से हमने काम किया है. होपफुली जब आप ये शो देखेंगे आपको भी वो प्यार, मेहनत और लगन दिखेगी और आप पसीना हर चीज़ आपको दिखेगा. और आप अपने फैमिली के साथ देखिए, अपने दोस्तों के साथ देखिए, अपने
It's a very family
किसी के भी साथ
watchable show.
Yeah, it's a fully
family watchable show.
हर चीज़ है इसमें. ड्रामा है, सस्पेंस है, एक्शन है, रोमांस है, जो आपको देखना है आपके लिए सब कुछ परोसा गया है. और होपफुली यू लाइक इट टू. तो प्लीज 3rd Feb सोनी लिव जहानाबाद.
और एक बहुत ही हॉट प्रोफेसर और एक बहुत ही क्यूट स्टूडेंट देखना है कि नहीं? अगर देखना है तो फटाफट देखो. दिस इज आल्सो अनदर रीजन. वो भी तो बोलो.
हाँ, वो वाले ऑडियंस को भी हम बोल देते हैं.
वो वाले ऑडियंस को तो बोलो
कि हॉट प्रोफेसर और क्यूट स्टूडेंट भी है.
और अगर
तो
आप
please
चाह रहे
आइएगा.
हैं कि कैसे पटाया जाए अपने टीचर को तो बिल्कुल जरूर देखेगा. यू विल गेट अ लॉट ऑफ टिप्स.
इसी बात पे 100K व्यूअर्स और ऐड हो गए. Well guys, that's a wrap on the Bollywood Talk Show today on IWMBuzz. This is your host Shubhajit. Please shower your love and affection on them in the best way possible because I genuinely feel that they deserve it all. 3rd February is the date. ढेर सारा प्यार दो, मोहब्बत दो because they definitely deserve it all. दिल खोल के दो. That is what it is.